There is no shortage of places to ride motocross in Michigan. In fact, Michigan likely has more tracks than any other state in the country. And while all the tracks are unique and special in their own ways, which tracks in Michigan truly can help you progress as a rider? I created a poll asking everyone in Michigan to pick what track has helped them progress the most as a rider, and I've combined the results and I'm going to share the top 5 tracks that can help you progress as a motocross rider the most with you today. Coming in at 5th is a track that needs no introduction, Redbud MX in Buchanan, Michigan. Redbud MX is globally famous, being one of the best AMA Pro National tracks for years. Redbud hosts various local races and multiple open practice days that will give you the chance to ride the track yourself. All of their events attract large crowds, and therefore the track usually develops lots of lines and roughness, which contribute to being an excellent track for improving as a rider. It has big jumps that are safe but will challenge you every time you ride there. The dirt is fantastic and forms deep ruts and also general roughness that will help you learn how to dissect a rough motocross track. Follow them on Instagram and Facebook to stay up to date on when they will be open in 2025. Coming in at 4th place is Moto Extreme, located in Hillsdale, Michigan. Moto Extreme often opens early in the riding season and stays open late in the late fall weeks. I've had the chance to ride Moto Extreme twice, and both times were helpful for me finding new comfort on my bike with my riding. It has a nice mix of high-speed sections with some bigger jumps, along with some tighter sections that help you work on building aggression and technique in precise situations. It also has a nice mix of soft sandy soil and some harder packed clay, which gives you the ability to get comfortable on both surfaces. Moto Extreme is very active on their Instagram and Facebook pages, so make sure to check them out. Coming in at 3rd place is another one of Michigan's most popular tracks, Baja Acres in Birch Run, Michigan. Baja has some of the deepest sand in Michigan, combined with some of the biggest jumps. Baja has a few race weekends every year, highlighted by the Baja Brawl on Labor Day weekend. They also run regular open practice days, allowing you to get lots of track time in. There are usually plenty of riders at every practice, which means the track wears in quickly and builds multiple lines and roughness. That, of course, will always help you grow as a rider. Not only physically, but also mentally, as trying to pick the best lines and find the best flow possible contributes heavily to getting better as a rider. Baja Acres 2 is quite active on their social media accounts on Instagram and Facebook, so give them a follow to check them out in 2025. Coming in at 2nd place is Supercoops in Maybe, Michigan. Supercoops has quite possibly the deepest sand I've ever ridden. They are a practice-only track, usually open 3 days a week for open practice. The track is very wide with lots of line options that makes it easy to try new lines and find new ways to attack the track. One of the things I noticed that is very important at Supercoops is carrying momentum. No matter what bike you're riding, the sand is going to want to slow you down. So it's imperative to maintain good momentum around the entire track to carry as much speed as you can. There are plenty of smaller jumps for those beginner riders, but also some really big jumps that those more advanced riders can try and learn how to jump. It too often attracts a decent crowd for each practice, which means great opportunities to make yourself a better rider. The best way to know when Supercoops is open is by following their social media on Instagram and Facebook. I highly recommend checking them out if you haven't yet. Before we get to the best track in Michigan to ride to become a better rider, let's talk about a couple honorable mentions. Firstly, Christmas Motorsports Park in Munising, Michigan. I didn't include any tracks from the UP in the poll, but in my opinion, Christmas is an elite level track that will help you a lot to become a better rider. I also would like to mention 10 Pines Ranch, Battle Creek MC, and my home track, Morelands MX. All 3 of these tracks have unique elements that will help you become a better rider. To see more footage from any of these tracks, make sure to check them out on my channel. Now let's get to the best track in Michigan that helps make you a better rider. Track number 1 is Martin MX Park in Martin, Michigan. This was my personal vote, and it won the poll by over 20 votes. Martin MX Park is truly an amazing track. They have perfected track prep, and as a result, it draws a large number of riders every day that they are open. Martin is open 3 days a week for open practice, and they don't run any races. The ruts at this track always are super deep and change constantly throughout the day, forcing you to be ready to adapt. The dirt is phenomenal, very loamy and chocolate cake-esque. It's a longer track, with a wide variety of sections and jumps that will help you to be ready for nearly any section that you will encounter. Martin MX Park really is the best track to ride and practice at if you want to become a better dirt bike rider. All of the tracks that I've mentioned in this video will serve you well if you want to be a better rider. If you want to see more content from these tracks and other tracks too as I try to become a better rider, make sure to subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.